Hi guys, my name is Matt Stone, and today I'd like to enlighten you on another Elvis story that I found that not too many hardcore Elvis fans know. This takes you back to 1968. Elvis is arriving on set for the first time to shoot his new movie, Charro, which was going to come out in 1969. It was the only film that Elvis wore a beard in, as well as being the only film that he didn't sing in. He sang the title song over the opening credits. But other than that, there are no songs in the movie. They did record another song called Let's Not Forget About the Stars, but it was cut from the movie. I don't even think they shot a scene with it in it, but it was originally intended to go into the movie. On a side note, something else I really love about this movie is the score. The score is fantastic. It's written by Hugo Montenegro, and it's really, really good. It's a very 60s cowboy movie, which makes sense because it is a 60s cowboy movie. But, you know, I could just see myself riding through the desert on a horse, listening to that boom, 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 boom. It's really cool. So anyways, getting into the story, not too many people know that this movie was originally written and intended for Clint Eastwood. Now, during the initial story draft by Frederick Lewis Fox, the story was much more violent, much more gruesome. It was filled with nudity, and it was a typical Clint Eastwood style 60s movie, like Outlaw Josie Wales, for example. But after Clint turned it down and Elvis signed on to do the movie, they sent him the original script, and he was really, really excited because he was thinking, man, this is what I wanted to do from the start. So when they hear that Elvis Presley's signing on to do the movie, to try to appease his fans, they stripped down the movie and left it as this empty shell of what it once was and got rid of most of the violent scenes. They shot the nudity, but it was cut out from the movie. So when Elvis arrived on set on July 22nd, 1968, he was really, really disappointed. He was looking at the script thinking, man, they did it to me again, didn't they? When they first wanted him to do the Reno Brothers, which later became Love Me Tender, it was originally going to be a straight Western drama. But then they added in songs. They renamed it Love Me Tender to help with the Colonel's promotion of the new song. And Elvis was really disappointed then. So here you go, coming into one of his last movies, and the same problem happens. And I'm sure he went and complained to the Colonel and went, man, why do they always do this to my movie? And he goes, now boy, you know that we signed on to do this movie, and you are going to deliver your best performance for this director. That's my Colonel voice. It's kind of, it's Randy Quaid's Colonel from the 2005 John Rhys Meyers movie. That's not really how the Colonel sounded, but that's how he sounds in my head.
What's the matter, Elvis? Why aren't you out there emoting?
Oh, they just told me I've got to sing in this movie. Love Me Tender? Hell, they're even changing the title to that. What did you know about this?
We signed a contract, son. We do what they tell us to do.
So anyways, I actually found the original shot nudity version of this, and it's nothing explicit. It's a body double for Ina Balin from behind, but it's something interesting that I figure a lot of you would want to see. Why did they cut this out of the movie? Because it would have been a more risky Western like Elvis always wanted to do. So children, avert your eyes. So as you can see, for the time, that was considered too risky to put out to an Elvis audience. And guess what? Still, audiences didn't like the movie. Critics liked it, it made money, but fans didn't like it. Know why? Because there were no songs. And the acting job was mediocre. Without the more gruesome scenes, the film was kind of lackluster. So I think it would have been much better if they just left it the way it was originally intended to be. For example, there was an author who actually novelized the original story by Frederick Lewis Fox, and apparently that story has all the original scenes in it written into it. So I'm curious to see if I can find that book, it's called Charro, and see what the original script would have been like. Now, I also have some home movies that I want you to see of Elvis actually on set in Charro. I guess at the time they had the little hand camera for home movies, and the Memphis Mafia was shooting Elvis having fun on the ranch. You know, it's watching stuff like that that makes me want to move out to Arizona and just strap on my cowboy hat, which, by the way, was made by Nudie Cohn, the same guy who made the gold lame suit. He designed Elvis's cowboy hat in the movie. That's another thing not too many guys know. I'm throwing in so much random information about the movie. It's hard for me to stay on track when I'm talking about Elvis because there's just so much information, so many pieces of the puzzle. So please subscribe and help out this channel. I would really appreciate it because it does put us higher in the algorithm so more people can find the videos. Thank you so much. Until next time, TCB.